seen Ortiz being able to escape. We have the Ayatollah of anime. Wow, Ortiz.
Good shot. Good in this whole card so far. It hasn't felt like.
What's up, fight fans? Welcome to my channel. This is Johnny, and in today's video we're going to be going over the statistics that nobody talks about when mentioning this weekend's upcoming fight on the undercard of Ammo Williams versus Patrice Volney. Jamaine Ortiz, the technician, takes on the Magic, Yomar Alamo. Guys, before I continue, I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to everybody who's been with me since day one. If you haven't already, could you please hit the subscribe button? Also, like this video, along with hit the bell notification button. What that'll allow you to do is become notified every time I put something out that's new. One more thing, I want to give a shout out to a subscriber from the channel, Robbie Digital. He commented with a $5 donation on my last video. Now, you would think a YouTube content creator for the last 2 years would know about this. I had no idea you could even do that. So it kind of made my day. I just want to say thank you to Robbie Digital. I do put a lot of time and effort into my channel. This isn't my only job. I just got my channel monetized only a year ago. So every little thing such as that helps. And I just want to say thank you once again. All right, guys, this weekend on the undercard of Volney versus Williams, we have Edgar Berlanga versus Jonathan Gonzalez. We already featured that fight. I've tagged that story in this one, but today we're gonna start chopping wood at the undercard. This one we're gonna feature Alamo versus Jamaine Ortiz, and we're also going to feature another fight on that undercard tomorrow. But today we're gonna talk about the Technician versus the Magic, two pretty cool nicknames in the sport of boxing. Ortiz is coming off a knockout victory this past November, and Alamo is coming off a tough, gritty performance in which he took on a young, undefeated prospect, Tiger Johnson, but he came up on the short end. Guys, the narrative of this fight with Jamaine Ortiz is a guy who wants to get back in title contention. We know he's fought for the title. He's fought some big names. His only losses, Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko. So I don't like saying this is a take a step back fight for Jamaine Ortiz, but this is one that he gets to showcase against a real seasoned veteran in Alamo. And with an exciting performance, you'd have to think propel his name right once again into a title picture. With Alamo, it's kind of like the reverse in terms of Ortiz. He's taken a step up. So this isn't a step back. Even though Alamo's coming off of a loss, the story of his career so far, even though he's super skilled, he's gritty, he's a tough out, is every time he has taken a step up, he's lost Liam Paro, Richardson Hitchens. He has a draw on his record. And like I said, his last fight against Tiger Johnson did not go his way. But when you fight Alamo, you know you're in a dogfight. So in this video, I want to remind everybody who each fighter is. We're going to take a little bit of a look at their most recent resume. We're going to talk about what Las Vegas has this fight as, where the bettors are putting their money, and stay tuned to the end of the video because this is a prediction video. Some information about this fight, Ortiz versus Alamo. They're fighting at 140 pounds. Ortiz is 18-2-1, Alamo's 22-3-1. There's no belts at stake. Jermaine beat Jamel Herring in 2022 for the NABF lightweight title. He is 2-2 in his last 4 fights, losing against Vasily Lomachenko after beating Herring and Teofimo Lopez in 2024 for the WBO super lightweight title. The Technician looks to return to title contention. Yomar Alamo, 22-3-1, lost 2 straight against Liam Paro and Richardson Hitchens and has since gone 2-1. The Magic has 12 wins via knockout. Now, you look at the Magic's 2 losses, Liam Paro was a champion, Richardson Hitchens now a champion. So you know the mindset of this guy is that he knows he's so close. Every time he's been challenged and he's taken that little bit of a step up, the decisions have not gone his way. Let's take a closer look at Jamaine Ortiz's most recent resume. Guys, we know Ortiz is 18-2-1. He has 9 knockouts. He carries into the ring a 50% career knockout to win ratio and is currently ranked number 26 worldwide out of 2,650 super lightweight fighters. His adoring fans know him as the Technician, and the American's a 28-year-old orthodox fighter standing at 5'8" with a 69 inch reach. We last saw him against Mino, 24-9 knockout in the 4th. Teofimo Lopez, 19-1, he lost to UD in the 12th. Antonio Moran, 29-5, he won a UD in the 10th. Lomachenko, 16-2, lost the decision in the 12th. Herring, 23-3, won a UD in the 10th. So with Jamaine Ortiz, we're looking at a fighter who's searching for consistency. He got back on the winning track, but you've seen win one, lose one, win one. He wants to put together a streak. And you look at a guy with a storied amateur career, you look at a skilled boxer, you watch him, he does so many nice things in the ring. I thought that fight against Teofimo Lopez was a lot closer than what the judges had it. I still think that I like Jamaine Ortiz's work in that fight. He did some great things, not enough for the judges to give him the victory. I'd like to see him pull the trigger a little bit more. I'd like to see him not be, I don't want to say so defensively minded, but a little bit more offensively minded. And I think when he decides to do that, and if he could add that offensive element into his game, his skills are there. He's fun to watch. And I think at 28 years old, he could still be a star, a household name. Now let's take a closer look at his opponent. All right, guys, Alamo's 22-3 with 13 knockouts. He carries into the ring a 60% career knockout to win ratio. And out of 2,650 super lightweights, he's ranked number 105 in the world. His adoring fans know him as the Magic, and the 30-year-old's a Puerto Rican Orthodox fighter standing at 5'8" with a 69-inch reach. We last saw him fight Tiger Johnson, 13-0. He lost the decision in the 8th. Jason Velez, 30-15, won a decision in the 8th. Adriano Ramirez, 13-5, knockout in the 1st. Richardson Hitchens, who was 14-0, got stopped in the 8th. Liam Perro, who was 21-0, lost the split decision in the 10th. So this is a guy who's been in the ring, shared space with some of the best fighters in the world at his weight class. He's 30 years old. He's in the prime of his career. It is now or never. He has a very offensive-minded style. He's going to be coming forward. He's going to force Jamaine Ortiz to fight and box him. It's going to be, can Ortiz defensively stay responsible against Alamo? Will Alamo be able to track him down and use his feet? Will Alamo be able to put Ortiz in vulnerable situations? We won't know that until fight night. Will Ortiz play Alamo's game and stand there to get hit? We saw in Alamo's last fight, as that fight went on, it only went 8 rounds, he hurt Tiger Johnson early and forced Tiger Johnson later in the fight having to clinch with him, having to trade with him. The crowd was going crazy, and people thought that Alamo maybe would be able to get Johnson out of there, but Johnson was just too tough. His footwork was too good, and he was able to use his movement to avoid that finish, and ultimately he won the fight. So that's what it's going to come down to. Las Vegas has this fight almost 7-1, meaning if you put $100 on Jamaine Ortiz, you only get $14 in return. You put $100 on Alamo, you get $700 back. At this moment, only a couple nights out from the fight, the sports bet app I use down here in Australia doesn't have any match betting or props up right now. It's literally just a money line. If you take the draw, it's 21-1 odds, and I should mention both guys on their career records do have a draw. So if you're feeling froggy, 100 there gets you over $2,000 back. For my prediction, I just think Jermaine Ortiz's class is going to be a bit too much. I think the problems defensively that some of Alamo's past opponents gave him in terms of not being able to get his offense up, I think Jermaine Ortiz is equally as good, or if not better than his past opponents in that market. I think that Ortiz will give his fans a little bit more to cheer for in terms of the offense. He's going to come in there. He fills out the weight class pretty good. Side by side, they're the same height, same reach. I just think that the conditioning and the movement patterns of Jamaine Ortiz are going to be a bit too much for Alamo to handle. I think Alamo is going to fade as the fight goes on, and I'm taking Ortiz to win by decision. In the comment section below, you know what I'm about to say here. This is not an echo chamber. You do not have to agree with me. If you think the upset-minded Alamo is going to go into Florida and get the victory, let me know. If you think the favorite Jamaine Ortiz is going to win, let me know. Does he win by decision or does he win by knockout? One more thing, if you haven't seen the feature on Edgar Berlanga and his upcoming opponent, Jonathan Gonzalez, stay tuned because it's coming up right now.